Hey guys, it's Phantom's Ex-Listener here, back again with another Phantom's Ex-Listener video. And like I said, I am back with the Donatello Ex-Listener. Well, we never started a personal Donatello Ex-Listener, so don't get confused between the Casey and the Donatello Ex-Listener. So this is not the continuation of Yandere Love. Yandere Love is a series of Casey and Donnie basically sharing you when they're both yanderes. So basically that's like in between the Casey Jones Ex-Listener, or both. But this one is his personalized one where it's just Donatello and you know. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy our first part of 2012 Donatello X-U, or listener, Ex-Listener. I hope I do his voice well, and my Instagram, Discord link, server, wattpad, and the songs that I use will all be in the description below. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the video. So, getting straight into the story. Take a sip of this coffee. So, let's say you already knew the Turtle Brothers because you were already friends with Casey Jones and April O'Neil. So basically, don't mind that. I don't know whose phone notification that was, but Donatello didn't mind you being friends with Casey because he had feelings for April still. So one day, Donnie decided to finally ask April out on a date. Because let's pretend like April never kissed him or anything like that happened, just the kiss on the cheek. So you and Donatello share two things in common. Number one, science, and number two, intelligence. Well, not intelligence, just the fact that you two grew up, like matured before your age. So he had April's favorite flowers in a bouquet and walked over to her apartment or house. Before he rang the doorbell, he saw that the blinds were open. He took a peek and he saw what he saw. April O'Neil snuggling her new boyfriend, or her boyfriend. He was heartbroken. His heart shattered into pieces as he started to shake and sniffle. Let's say it started to rain like a dramatic movie scene. So he ran as fast as he could away from April's house / apartment. And let's say you were like coming home from work or school and you hear really fast footsteps. You look over around the corner and it's Donatello running away from April's apartment. You decide to follow him, and after a few alleys down, he sat down, like he laid back on the wall and started to cry. He basically sat the flowers next to him and brung his knees up to his chest and sat there, just poor turtle. So after you finally catched up to him and saw him crying, you were just like, you stood there for a second thinking, what the hell happened? So you went up to him, even tired. You sat down next to him and said, Donnie, what happened? And he looked up at you and said, wait, hold on. Jeez, why does my throat dry so quickly? And then he was surprised to see you, and he said, oh, listener, nothing happened. He hid the flowers away from you, or like from your eyesight. And you said, looking at him, I know something happened. You wouldn't just randomly cry. And he said, confessing or telling you the truth, fine. I was running away from April's apartment after I saw that she had a boyfriend. I just got my heart shattered into pieces. Yeah. He looked down at the floor. You said, like, you, your hand was in a fist. You balled up your hand in a fist. You were mad at April. You just, like, wanted to curse her out. You said, you know what? Inappropriate language. You know what? Fuck April. She's nothing but a jerk to you and Casey. You and Casey, sorry to bring him up, Donnie, but you and Casey have tried so hard to impress her, to give your love and affection to her, and all she's done is push you away and play both of you. But guess what, Donnie? You held one of his hands and he said, blushing a little bit, "What? Oops. Karma's a bitch, and one day karma will hit her so hard that she'll realize what you two have tried to do and the love and affection she's missed out on." He smiled, looked at the flowers beside him and said, "You're right, listener. You're right. I shouldn't be crying over a girl that played me all that time and I was blinded by, love and everything, thinking that she would actually love me back." But he picked up the flowers, handing them to you. Since I don't have anyone to give these to, here, I hope you like them." You blushed lightly and looked at the flowers and said, "Oh, thanks. They're kind of my favorites." He smiled and said, That's good to know." You said, "Well, let's get out of the rain before you catch a cold. My apartment's right around the corner." You help him up, and you both went to your apartment. You both were soaking wet, and you grab a few towels, and Donatello was wrapped up in like a towel burrito. He sat down on the couch with your cat, and we went out and made some tea. Oh God, I jumbled up all the words. You went out to the kitchen and made some tea. There we go. After you made tea, you handed one to him and took a sip of yours and said, "Well, so do you plan to stay over the night? Because it's going to be a thunderstorm out there. There's no way you can get back to the lair without getting yourself caught up in a flood." And he said, "Oh well, I usually have my ways to get back to the lair without, getting caught up in a storm. But sadly, my cell phone doesn't have any signal right now, so I guess I'm just going to have to stay over." He shrugged. He said, "Well, I don't mind. My cat seems to like you a lot." Your cat was just purring on his lap. He smiled and said, "I don't mind pets, especially cats. They're very, very affectionate. I can tell how you feel, especially when you're sad. They're just, like a best buddy, always there to comfort you." You both chuckled and you said, "Yeah, that's why I got him." "Well, make yourself comfortable. I'll be in my room studying since I have tons of study to do, and don't mind taking a look around." He noticed you said studies and said, "Oh, if you have any difficulty studying or doing any homework, you can always call me over, or I could help you out." You just were surprised, let's say, and you said, "Well, I may need help with Greek mythology." I'm kidding. You said, "I may need help with this certain subject." And he said, "No problem. Here, let me maybe explain just, that subject to you." After a few hours of studying, you two were exhausted. You put the papers in your backpack and thanked Donnie for helping you because you were struggling with that subject for a pretty long while. You said, "Donnie, I owe you one." And he said, "You don't owe me anything. Honestly, I'm happy to help." And you had a bunk bed. He was going to sleep on the top bunk, but then he thought, would they think it's weird if I asked to cuddle them? So he got the bravery and courage and and he asked you. He tapped you on the shoulder and said, "Hey, listener, if you wouldn't mind, could I maybe cuddle you?" He said nervously. And you said, "Yeah, why not? I wouldn't mind that." You lay down and just like pat like the spot next to you for him to lay down. He looked very happy. He turned off the lamp and you two enjoyed the rain sounds. He was scared to cling on to you, but he ended up doing it anyway. You looked at him, blushing basically, and he just like had his face hid in your shirt, not wanting to show his tomato face. And you said, "So, have you ever cuddled anyone before? You seem very clingy," you said teasingly. He said, "Wow. No one, I never cuddled anyone, really. Honestly, it's an embarrassment that I only cuddle my pillow. But I hope you don't mind me clinging on to you, right?" He seemed like he was going to start crying, and you said, "Hey, you okay? It's fine if you cling on to me, I have no problem with that." He of course sniffled, little soft boy, and he said, I'm still upset about earlier. I can't seem to get over it." You gave him a little forehead smooch. Mwah. "Look, Donnie, it's going to be okay. I know what it feels like. I've gone through many breakups and betrayals. It's tough to get over it, but once you forget about it, you won't be miserable. April made you miserable and she never even cared. But I'm here for you." He smiled, still snuggling your chest. After a few minutes, you both fell asleep. But let us say that he was scared of thunder. So basically, it's 2 o'clock. And boom, boom, thunder. And then he woke up immediately. He was startled, kind of shaking a little bit. He woke up, still like half asleep. And then you said to him, "Donnie, you're awake already? What's wrong?" He said, Nothing. You can go back to sleep. Don't worry about me." You looked at him and said, "There is something wrong. Don't try to cover it up. Say it. It's embarrassing. I'd rather not." You looked dead into his eyes and said, "Donnie, fine. I'm afraid of thunder. Alright? I never really stayed out in the rain or got rid of the fear." You sat up for a little bit and pulled him close, snuggling him, and you said, "It's gonna be okay. Just go back to sleep and everything's gonna be just fine." You held him close. He just, he relaxed his shoulders basically, and his little turtle tail was wagging underneath the blankets. And he said, I'll try to relax." He laid his head on your chest, like fully just relaxed and everything. And you fell asleep, you were sat up and fell asleep with him in your arms. He was clinging onto you too, like he was scared. Your cat just decided to jump up on the bed and snuggle you guys too. The next morning, his cell phone of course had signal, and you saw a ton of messages, especially from Mikey. He was just like, "Answer me, I'm worried about you." He was like texting him all night. He saw that the messages were going through and he was just angry. You chuckled and didn't want to wake Donatello up, so you tried your best to slide out of bed and go make breakfast. He noticed you were missing just a few minutes after, got wrapped up in a blanket burrito, and went out to the kitchen and said, "Well, you're up early." You said, "Yeah, making you coffee. Now come here." You gave him a little forehead kiss. He smiled, just like a cute little turtle smile. You both sat down on the table having your coffee, and he said, "So, did you get a good sleep?" You nodded, sipping your coffee because yes. He said, "Well, that's good. I'm gonna have to go back to the lair really quick." And you said, "Why can't you stay for a little longer?" "Because your turtle brothers are way too worried about you." "Yeah, exactly. But I'll see you later. Alright, listener?" Now this time he gave you the forehead kiss. "I'll see you later." He grabbed his backpack and headed out. Where did the backpack come from? Who knows? You sat there blushing for a minute, looking at your cup of coffee, and realized, I have feelings for a turtle. Well, for today, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. My Instagram, Discord link server, wattpad, and the songs that I use will all be in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed a short Donatello video. I tried my best. It was like so random, but I really tried in his voice. I tried my best. Take a sip of this coffee. But we are very close to 4K. I hope we get there. Like, geez. And we have one more video to do, which is Rise Turtles X Listener, which is like in their teen/preteen phase. And we'll see how we do. And I'll see you guys there. Bye.